Right, hello everyone. Last week we had our first S1E2 podcast. This is our second one. Just thought we'd introduce ourselves. My name's Dave. I run Mates FC. Then we've got Richard.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rich, one of the managers of
I'm
Mates
Rich.
FC.
I'm Rich.
I also a part of the setup at Football Fitness Club.
Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm a Mates ambassador for Mates FC, and I'm also the welfare officer, Mates FC, and also a coach at Football Fitness as well.
Lovely stuff. Si.
Hello everyone, I'm Simon Green. I'm a Mates ambassador, help out with the coaching and managing, also help out at Mates FC.
Lovely stuff. Right, we've done a big introduction last week to what Mates FC is and what it's all about. I'm not going to go through that again. I will just give a little heads up that we're basically a football club for anyone that's not playing football at the moment, whether you're out through injury, whether you've stopped playing because of mental ill health like depression or anxiety or something like that has got in your way of enjoying football. We're here for you to come and play for us. We put games up, you put your name down for it, we supply the kit, we supply all that. And if you don't feel like it on the day, don't turn up. Simple as that. We just want to get you out on the pitch when you're comfortable, when it's right for you. And we want to just help you on your journey back into football. Could be that you're injured and you can't do a full game. You can't commit to a full season. You can't commit to a full team. Come play as much as you want with us. Simple as that. Okay, any more information about it, go to you can email weareyourmates.com, weareyourmates at gmail.com, or go to Mates FC Facebook page. Right, so big things this week. Return to football, which is quite a big thing, I suppose. So last night we had Football Fitness Club, happens every Thursday, and this week we've also put Mates FC training into that. And the boys here are coaches at Football Fitness Club. Rich runs it. He's rich as well. He runs that. But they volunteer their time to run Mates FC for me. So Andy, Si, and Rich, how did you think last night went?
I'll start. It was good to see everyone back out there again. I think we had over 40 last night. And
that's without advertising.
Without advertising. Yeah, that was split into 3 groups. One group being solely Mates FC. I think it worked fairly well. A few hiccups, but we managed to get through it. And looking forward to next week, and hopefully we can see us through to Christmas and then go again in the new year. Hopefully add a couple more sessions.
We've got in the comments there, I don't know if you can see them on yours because I'm on a laptop and I think everyone else is probably on a phone or something. But we've got Si there who plays for us, Simon Bailey. He wants, if someone just called out Jim in the background, he's starving. So, Green, is that all right if Simon Bailey comes around for dinner? What you got, turkey dinosaurs?
What's on the menu tonight, Si?
Yeah. Are you talking to me? Oh, did Aston? Have you heard Aston in the background asking what's for dinner? I think it's pizza. It's a Friday night, so anyone's welcome. Anyone's welcome. The door's always open for a cup of tea. Have a cup of tea or a pizza on a Friday night, especially a Friday night.
So it's basically got like a cat flap, but it's a man flap, and anyone's welcome to turn up and put through his man flap.
Right, I'll see you all later. I'm just going to size. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Well, any preferences? Any preferences? Domino's or homemade?
Open the patio doors. That man flat won't work.
The luxury of live podcasting with your family in the background.
Yeah, it's just hundreds of people will be turning up for your man flap. Right, Andy, how did you think last night went?
I think it was really good.
So get in the shed like me.
It was really.
That's a good shout.
It was really nice last night, I think, to have a sole group of the Mates FC. You know, really, really great turnout. Obviously, now we've got the matches on Saturday, doing training on a Saturday, kind of just a bit too much. So the Thursday night really worked well, and I think the guys got a lot out of it. I think they really enjoyed it. But like Rich said, to be fair, it was just nice being out again, playing football, and getting a little bit of almost a bit of normality again after the second lockdown.
You weren't normal. You was running around shouting. It's like you just escaped like a dog.
But it was it was just really good, and like I say, the inclusion of the mates I think worked really well, and it just it was amazing to when I was tidying up last night and there was still some bits going on, just to look back and the amount of guys that were out of there and girls, sorry Sarah, and girls that were out there just just enjoying themselves and getting out and having that bit of time to themselves. It was really good.
Yeah, and it's great facilities over there. It works perfectly for us, doesn't it, basically? And Si, how did you find it last night?
I thought it was good, actually. I did enjoy it. No, it was. Initially, it was a little bit. When you get 50 people, 50 people turn up, you kind of look at it and you think, how are we going to work this? But I thought it worked really well last night, and it was quite nice to see the mates, like Andy said, the mates team, there enjoying it. And I think the good thing, I think, after you do the hour, everyone kind of walks off, and everything's always very positive, and it was good to see everyone get out of lockdown.
And new faces again. Some new faces.
It's good. It's always good, new faces, and I think everyone's very welcoming, which is a good thing. I think.
And that's the thing. One of the new faces is someone I've been speaking to for a while, and Rich, you've had a similar operation, I believe, and he was a bit concerned about his return to football and return to fitness following his operation. Rich has just disappeared. That's part
Great timing.
Lars, it's just us, Andy.
Yeah.
Side coat, which has got more personality than him. You can't advertise Diet Coke on here.
Remember, I'm on a live thing, so you've
got to be sorry. We'll see if
there are other brands.
We'll see if Rich comes back. Anyway, thanks for home, sir. Yeah. So I was going to say, so someone that came yesterday, he's avoided playing football again after having his operation on his knee. And I've been speaking to him for a few weeks about, come along, have a look at what happens, have a look at what we do. And any of these drills that happen, if someone can't do them or doesn't feel like doing them or doesn't feel up to it, they don't have to do them. They can just step back from it. It's not making you do something, it's facilitating the opportunity for you to get back involved, basically. So after that, I had a word with him and he was absolutely buzzing. So if you've got any injuries or anything like that and you think, I don't really want to risk it, come and speak to us, have a chat, come down and have a look at what the boys do, and we'll go from there. So
I think that's a good thing about it. Sorry, I think that's a good thing about it. It's just mixed abilities. Like we've got people that have played football at really high standard, right the way through to people that have never played before, just want to get out and get fit and do something a little bit different than going to the gym. So I definitely think it's something for everyone, basically.
Lovely stuff. Right. So, anything else to add about training, or actually, boys, if you just want to say what's happening next week on Thursday?
Yeah, same again. We'll look to same again. If there's anything out there that the boys and mates want us to add, always give us a shout, because we might be able to add something in there that you're looking to do or looking to work on. I suppose we'll see how the game goes tomorrow, and we might take something from that that we need to work on. So
and that's the thing that's a little bit different. So normally at Football Fitness Club, you come along, you're put in a group, and those groups move around different drills on the pitch with different coaches. And what we've done with the Mates FC training, we want it slightly different. So one of the drills is a bit more sort of skill or team bonding led. But off the back, as Rich said, off the back of the most recent match, If we, for example, can't kick a ball or something like that, we might teach people how to kick a ball, that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's what that slot's going to be about. But
I think that's a good thing with mates, Dave. I think we can also, like, if people have weaknesses and strengths, they can always bring it to the table and say, look, maybe we want to do a little bit more, I don't know, shooting, crossing, heading, whatever. We can always adapt
can
that.
teach shooting, can't he, sir?
oh,
We don't talk about Piers. Who's Piers?
That goal's been brought up already.
It was a good goal.
Yeah, he asked me to bring it up.
Anyone can see it. It is available on YouTube if you are interested in it. We'll have to get it flashed up. The actual
get that link.
the link for it.
Have it burn. Right. So tomorrow. So don't know when you're watching this. Now Friday, but tomorrow we have our first game back after lockdown, and there's things with spectators, for example. Certain places can have spectators at the moment, grassroots. A lot of it's down to the facilities that you're using, because you've got government rules, you've got FA rules, you've got Essex FA or the local FA rules, and then you've got the facility rules under that as well. Now, our boys have behaved impeccably over the time that we've been playing at the current facility. And they've agreed to, I've had a word with them about the pilot of getting spectators back in there. So for tomorrow's match, we've got a very special match coming up. We are able to take a few spectators and just, make sure it's a safe environment and test the water for anyone else that's using that facility. So it's going to be quite interesting with that. And we've also got someone from Essex FA coming down to laugh at us, probably. But yeah, so Andy, do you want to explain what tomorrow's game's all about, please?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a great day. We've got Seabrights, so JS Seabrights are going to be taking on Mates in a nice friendly game. It's quite funny. I'll give you a little bit of history. So Seabrights was started as Seabrights FC back in, it must be 98, something like that, and basically it was a bunch of mates from school who were just started having a kickabout on a Sunday afternoon over at Marconi at the time, which is now a housing estate, and then we used to just have a kickabout every weekend, and it got more and more people, and then I think a few of the guys got together. I know Fletcher, Jamie, and a few of the others got together and started talking about what about getting a team together. And because I was the outsider that didn't go to school, I fell into the role of manager. I think he did
go to a school, but he didn't go to our school.
I did go to a school, yeah, just not the same school as them. I went to a proper school. And
was that the only reason, though?
Was that an all-girls school?
It wasn't the only reason. Absolutely, although I love football with a passion, I am pretty bad at football. So that's why they put me as a manager.
No, you're pretty good, Andy. I disagree with that, mate.
Thanks.
No, Andy and myself, our role is just to talk a lot, pretend we know something, and then make everyone else play football for us. That's basically it. Yeah.
It's kind of, yeah. So I kind of got put in as the manager of it, and we actually had our first game over in Broomfield. We had a friendly against one of the players at the time's brothers team, and that was the birth of the club. And then unfortunately, one of our good friends was killed in a car accident, and so after that we renamed the club Justin Sims Seabright, so JS Seabrights was born, and through going through that loss as just not as just a team, but as mates, it really galvanised us and brought us together. And
just there, so like what we're doing currently with the mental health type of thing, in a way, you were doing that already, because you got that, you lot got that team together because you were a group of friends and you supported each other. I remember at the time, Seabrights, we went down there. We were a group of young people that had never really experienced any loss before, and you don't know what to do with that. So the logical thing was to get everyone together down there, and that is mainly the football team. And what you boys then did was operate as a football team, but as a community for each other, weren't you? You're a support network for each other. And I think when you became JS as well, as you say, you did galvanise. You had, it's almost like you had a passion and a reason to do it then, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. And no one, no one felt like they could let it down, and everyone was brilliant, and they sort of rallied round, and it grew and grew, and it was kind of started off as just a few mates, like I say, and then into a team, and we had a really successful time in the league that we were in. We had some sort of rival teams in that league. Kensum being one of them that Rich used to manage. It was nice. It was nice, and generally a guaranteed 3 points. So it was.
But for us,
it was good fun, and and it's just sort of gone from there. And that's how I know, obviously, Rich, and I know Si through that. And it's funny now that we were sort of rival managers, and now we're working together, which is
both going through Si's man flat.
Pizza's en route.
Oh.
Now, one of the other things with that community, again, you started off with people from the same school and sixth form and college, yeah, and you were a team. But what then developed after that, as you realised a lot of you were quite rubbish at playing football, you had to get outsiders in. I think that's what happened. No, as people got older and moved out of the club. Oh God, he's gone. I've really upset him. No, as people moved out of the club, you then had more people coming into it. Let's see if he comes back. We've all got quite rubbish internet today. Although Si's pixelated now. But what happened was, because their club was made mainly about friendship from a group of friends, those people that came into the team after that instantly became part of their social group, became part of their friends. And I would actually genuinely say JS Seabrights was one of the, and JS Eagles as well, another name for them. And he's back. Bear with.
You there, Dave?
So you're looking forward to the game tomorrow?
I am. I actually am. Now the other game's been called off, I'm itching to play. Actually, itching to play. Love just like you say, when you love playing football. But it's quite nice. I spoke to Sonny, was texting me earlier as well, which is quite good. He's because our boys played for the same team on a Saturday morning, but it's been called off, and we was going to have a bit of a chat and a little bit of banter tomorrow morning. But it was been called off. So I'm looking forward to it, mate.
I think it should be a good game. I think there's the mates team's progressing week in, week out. Everyone's getting used to each other now. I think with some people are looking for, we're finding places for them that we not necessarily thought we would have. But yeah, I said he must.
Hello, everyone. Sorry about losing us there. Rubbish internet. Right, where were we? Where we were was we're talking about. You can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. So where we were was, Andy, when people left your football team because they were older or broken because you kicked them and things like that, you got new people in, yeah? But what happened, because you was already a community of friends, they became part of your actual friend group. And to this day, they are part of your friend group, aren't they? This is over about 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up running the football team for it must be about sort of 12, 13 years, I think. And over that time, we had new people come in. And like you say, they've become part of our friend group, and they were sort of friends of friends. And they sort of came in, and we accepted them into the group. And it was kind of like, if you were in the team, you were in the team. And like you say, over the years, it's grown, and, you know, it's turned into a massive sort of friends base as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference with you. It was because you were a group of friends that made a football team, and the natural thing was actually nearly all of you were in that football team or involved in that football team in some way. Anyone that didn't play, like myself, we would be out with people that were playing until 3 a.m, then go over and watch you play football and just think, I can't even see because I'm so hungover. How is he playing football? You know, and the girlfriends and all that, everyone became really good friends. No, it's just a real good community story and a real good way of, incorporating people. So then what happened?
So then we ended the football. We either got too old or just people's commitments changed and you know, fulfilling that every week. And so we started up JS Golf Society, and quite a few of us, pretty much most of the team, play golf. And some of the boys that were non-playing, you know, who never played football for us but were part of that mates group, they got involved as well. So it actually became a bit more inclusive because everyone could get involved in it. So
well, you've even got haven't you even got like a mobile barman that drives around for you?
Yes, on our weekends away. So we've got Richard and John Price, who kindly drive the buggy around with refreshments. I've got a funny story about that, actually. I was over on a bunker, and Richard was sitting in the buggy with all the refreshments, and he was right by my golf bag, and I'd walked across the green, and my ball had actually rolled into a bunker. So I shouted over to Duck. I said, Duck, can you throw my sand wedge? And he went, I haven't got sandwiches, you fat He went, I've only got crisps and cakes. And I was like, no, my sand wedge. So yeah, that was quite funny.
Well, I think we need to start getting catering. What's he up to at the moment? Is he all right?
Yeah.
Anyone got a burger van for us?
To be fair, he doesn't do it by halves as well. He turns up with his Fortman and Mason's hamper on the back of the golf trolley. And,
I imagine he puts on a nice spread.
He looks after us well, definitely. So him and John, every time we have a weekend away, it's definitely welcomed. But yeah, so that was kind of where we were at, and then tragically we lost another member of our group 2 years ago, and it was 2 years ago this week, and we sadly lost Ray. So the Golf Society is now got Ray in there as well. So it's the RJS Golf Society, and he was a big part of that and starting the Golf Society up. So it seemed
and organising things, wasn't it?
So yeah, he was part of the committee that organised all of the golf and making sure that we all got out once a month with Al Wilkes and Sean. So yeah, it was a sad loss, and again it sort of pushed us together again. So yeah, it's going to be great tomorrow to get out and get us all back together. And
so how come you're playing again?
What's that? Sorry.
How come you're playing again?
And we're just obviously getting together because it's 2 years ago, like I said, since we lost Ray. So it's good to get us all together again, and obviously
last year.
It's going to be great because Ray's brother is going to be playing for Mates. He's going to be captaining the Mates side, which makes it, you know, a little bit more special as well, especially.
And he's our
Matt there.
He's also our club secretary, and that's another weird thing. Like, so the natural thing that you lot did last year was to put on to mark the anniversary was to put on a football game because that was your community, that was your group of friends, wasn't it? And it was the natural way for you to come together again and gel together for the right memories. So you've done your first match last year, got everyone back out there again, which was a sight to see. And Yeah, so tomorrow we are absolutely honoured to be able to facilitate the second of those games, second anniversary. And as you say about community as well, Matt came into our lives, so like Ray's brother came into our lives. He's always been in our life, but he came into our life after Ray passed, and he is just an integral part of Mates FC. He's an integral part of Mates, and it's just wonderful and beautiful to have him in our lives, and you know, to have him organising things like this and helping us with this. And I can't wait tomorrow to see him captain the team for us.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. I mean, it just shows. I mean, I put out a WhatsApp to the guys and just said, look, you know, this is why we're going to do this game. This is the date, and pretty much, apart from a couple of people that just already got commitments, everybody is coming along tomorrow. So you know, even some of the guys that probably will come on for about 2 minutes because they carry old injuries.
It don't matter, does it?
And
walk on, walk off.
And then
Andy, what happened in the last Seabrights game against us lot? With yourself,
We got battered.
Right, okay. That was actually.
Andy, you just said that like, right, okay, you started that. I'm going to have to say it now. You said it now. You said it.
As any of you have known me over the years, I've always been built for comfort rather than speed, should we put it?
And Wolf.
And a few years ago, actually on the Golf Society, a couple of the lads bet me for charity to lose weight, and I managed to lose 3 stone.
Wow.
And for once in my life, I started running, and I was up to running 10K, and I was running 5K most mornings, which is something that I never thought I would do. Like,
that's brilliant.
Back in my school days, the school teacher went out to do track and field on that dreaded track and field first day, and he said anyone who's got a slower time is going to have a detention with me to get a faster time. And we came in afterwards, and he read out everyone's time, and then he got to me and he went, Talis, I would give you detention, but you ain't getting any faster. So let's just leave it at that.
Where did you go to school? The Edwardian days? Or
yeah.
I think this sort of thing's been banned now. I think it's just nice people now and don't. You know.
So I sort of got myself what I thought was quite. Oh, I am here. There we go. So I thought that I'd got myself quite fit, and I thought I'm going to show the old boys that I can.
Don't show your old boy.
So I gave him a bit of fitness at the start, and some of them were like, looking like, he's quite fit. He's quite fit. And I came on for 20 minutes, and I'd obviously cooled down, and I snapped my Achilles running after Wishart. He is quite fast, any of you know him. And I ended up snapping my Achilles, and I went to the pub, as you do afterwards. And then Snell, who's a physio, said to me, I can't really feel your Achilles. You should get it tested out. So that evening, I went to the hospital. I actually drove to the hospital, and then they put me in a full leg cast. And I said, my car's in the car park. And the guy said, it will be for 3 months.
Wow.
So luckily, one of my friends got his wife to drop her off, and we got home with my car. And funny enough, I was up in a cast for 3 months, and had a mobility cart and everything. But so thanks Simon for bringing that up. It was really good. And
no worries, mate.
So I definitely stick to the managing side now rather than the playing.
See, maybe knowing nothing about injuries and stuff, is that a common thing that can happen? Is that anything to do with warming up? Why does that happen?
Well, I think it's a fact of being unfit and being 40 and your body sort of giving up. The funny thing was when I went to get sign off to have the cast like gone forever kind of thing after my operation and that.
I remember rightly, it was like a big kinky boot you had on, a big old kinky boot.
Big plastic boot.
Big
and the funny thing was
red vinyl.
When the doctor was giving me sign off, there were 3 of us all lying there. And so she came in and she went, all right. And she went, how did you do it? And I was like, oh, football. She went to the next bed. How did you do it? He was like, football. The next bed, football. And all the wives went, there's a bit of a common denominator here. You're all over 40 and you've all snapped your Achilles playing football. It's time to give it up. So, so apparently it's quite common in over 40s playing football. So,
well, when we get to that age, we'll know, I suppose. So Rich, running a game like tomorrow, you know, we run quite a lot of different games, and we run a lot of games with different charities. How's this different for you compared to what you've traditionally done in your football career as a manager?
What, as in managing mates, or
do you have any, doing? Because there's going to be rivalry. Yeah, everyone's always going to want to win, but in the world that we're in with like the charity teams we play and things like that, is that something hard for you to adapt to, or is it giving you a different sort of I won't say thrill, a different sort of warmth?
Yeah, it's difficult because obviously you want to try and keep everybody happy. So I think running games like this, you're always watching the clock to try and make sure everyone's got the right amount of time and everyone's got their chance to sort of express themselves, have their game, sort of thing. So that's always difficult. It's also difficult because you've got people with different competitive people. Some people are really competitive, other people just want a game. So to try and get a balance on that is pretty difficult as well. Obviously, I always manage with Piers, and it's like Piers is always going to compete at every single thing he does, where I'm more of it's a social for me. So I think we work pretty well together because we try and then get that balance.
As you say there, you've got, I suppose, correct me if I'm wrong, you know, you might have weaker people in your historic clubs that you've had. You might have weaker players that you're using tactically for different reasons. Whereas with the setup we have, it's not that. It's, I want actually some of those weaker players that have never even played, I want them to get out there. I want them to get that time out there. And that must be a different type of approach for you, and like maybe a worrying one.
Yeah, I'll be honest. There's some lads that have been out there that at the beginning I sort of thought I don't really know what I can do with them. Like now, they're finding their own way. They sort of came over, maybe haven't played for a long while or never played in some people's cases. But they're getting out there, and it's good to see. It's good to see that they're scoring goals. They're like keeping clean sheets. They're doing different bits, and I think you just sort of like tick off all the different positives that you can see from different people.
I think
the improvement. I think is very good. The improvement is very good.
Rich, I thought you were talking about me then. Who said clean sheet
and scoring goals.
Si, as you sort of touched on there as well, what did you just say, Si?
It's the improvement that is good from when we was.
That's something that Piers said. So Piers is one of our other managers and coach, and he has done so many years of dealing with experienced footballers and just pointing them in the right direction, and refining and honing some skills. He's really sort of missed, and he didn't realise he'd missed actually seeing someone improve. Actually, teaching this person who probably hasn't kicked a ball before, teaching them this, seeing how they're picking it up, and really going for it. And I remember one of the first training sessions over Chelmer Park. He was absolutely buzzing because he's like, "Oh, I'm really seeing that person improve," and it's dusted off some of the skills that he hasn't needed to use for a number of years. So that
he's probably seen himself improve as well, Dave. Well, that's what he's probably helped
never
himself.
Beat that. So he can't improve more than that goal, can he?
No. We mentioned that goal tonight.
For anyone that doesn't know, one of the other manager, Piers, he's done a goal, which he done a goal.
He done a goal.
You should be a pundit. John Motson must be quaking in his boots right now.
I'm basically like a cheerleader. Go on, do a goal.
David Kamara.
I'll keep it really simple, actually. I'll keep it very simple.
He done a goal.
All the stuff that pundits do, right? Oh, what do we need to do in this match? Oh, I think we need to win. Yeah, of course you do. That's it, So, yeah, just go and do a goal. It'll be all right. Anyway, so Pierre's done a goal, and he basically kicked a ball. It hit the moon, bounced back down, and it's the best goal that anyone's ever done. Maradona was crying his eyes out about what happened. And he's now been labelled Chelsea's Pele. I think that's what's happened, isn't
it? I know. I think the operation 2 weeks after.
Yeah, that was to make it even stronger. He's had some sort of like a spring. He's had like a spring-loaded knee made just so he can kick the moon out of the sky this time.
Yeah, moving on from Piers' goal pretty swiftly.
If you can hear that noise, someone's beating the meat in the background in my house. Just ignore it. It's not someone getting beaten up. Someone is beating some meat.
I've been told to smile more by Dan Ball. So hello, Dan Ball.
Yeah, Dave. Going back to the difference between doing like Sunday League and doing this is, I think. Like with the training, with the games, and bits like that, all the way back from the summer, it's people want to be there. When you do Sunday League, you'll get some of the better players turn up training because they want a game at the weekend, and if they don't turn up, then you'd have to drop them. And it's all that politics. With this, it's totally different. People want to be there. They want to get out. They want to learn. They want.
And you do what you want. If someone wants to come on for 10 minutes and just test out what they're like after their injury or something like that, do it. I don't care.
10 minutes. 10 minutes is something. It's getting yourself back out there. We've had some that haven't lasted 10 minutes, but it's still an achievement.
There was talking about seeing people that hadn't played football before. We've got Billy, for example. Hadn't played football since he was 8, and when he played football when he was 8, he was just kicking it around the street. And he done a goal, didn't he? But she turned out with a couple of matches, he's got a natural for it. And yeah, he did a go, which was nice. Have you all frozen? Or are you just staring at me like that?
No,
you're very crackly. Very crackly.
You just went a bit robotic, but we kind of got the gist of it. That I think Billy got a goal.
Damn it, he did a goal.
But Billy did a goal. Yeah.
Mummy, I've done a goal. Anyway, right. I'm going to wrap it up now. So if anyone's watching this, it's in 2 parts because we had a bit of an internet issue, so it'll be in 2 separate videos online. But we'll be back next week. And if you've got anything you want us to talk about, just put it underneath this video. Or if you want to know anything about the club or anything about getting involved with us, just put questions underneath. We'll answer anything like that. And if there's any content you want in this, let us know. We've got plans of what we'll be doing moving forward, but we're going to start this properly after Christmas, and we just thought actually return to football at the moment. Let's rattle something out now and start getting the ball rolling with
the ball rolling. There we go.
I know. Oh yeah, there's balls involved.
Great.
I think it'd be great as well because next week we can talk about how Mates gave us a great game. They couldn't quite beat Seabrights, but they. It was. We can talk about that.
No such thing as a friendly, Andy.
Yeah, some people might not be back on the podcast next week, Mandy.
No, I think it'd be great tomorrow. I think I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm like a kid before Christmas. It'd be just really nice to see all the old faces back together again, and also seeing the Mates guys. Like I've done a lot of work with the guys with Mates. So yeah, it's really split. I'm split tomorrow, but yeah, it'd be really good. Size
man flap got split, didn't it? Anyway, on that note, so we'll see you next week, and we'll let you know how this pilot with spectators goes.
Yeah, take care. See you all soon.
Cheers, guys.
Tomorrow.
See you
See you
later.
later.
Bye bye.
All I can say is, if you can, go and do a goal by next week. Bye.
Yeah.